Hello, and welcome to this Civil Service Behaviour Series video. In this series, we break down all 9 of the core behaviours that can be tested within your civil service application. This video right here is all about the behaviour seeing the big picture, and more specifically, the 250-word statement that you need to write when you apply for roles with the civil service. We are going to be looking at just what does seeing the big picture actually mean? What's the best way to structure your 250-word statement? And then finally, to wrap the video off, we'll look at a full example that you can use as inspiration when crafting your own statements. Ready? Let's get going. So, first things first, we can't show off our abilities if we don't understand what it is we are being assessed on. The civil service defines seeing the big picture as being able to understand how your role fits and supports organisational objectives. Do you recognise the wider civil service priorities, and do you ensure work is in the national interest? In the context of applying for jobs at the civil service, seeing the big picture is seeing whether you understand the broader context, goals, and objectives, how your specific role fits into that larger framework. This skill is particularly important for civil servants because your work often involves complex, interconnected policies and initiatives that aim to serve the public interest. But even more simply, seeing the big picture aims to ensure you can appreciate how your actions impact the nation as a whole. And can you write all of that down in a little box with only 250 words so someone can read and assess you? 250 words is not a lot of space to tell your story. That's why you need to be smart about how you structure your statement. The best way to succinctly describe your skills and experience is by using the B-star method. Using this technique, you will split your statement into 5 key parts. First is the B, which stands for belief. You want to begin your response by sharing your thoughts and feelings regarding the subject matter. This helps set the stage for your story and demonstrate your personal connection to the topic. This doesn't make much sense to you, don't worry, the example statement will be using this structure later in the video. Next up, we have S for situation. Briefly describe the context or background of the scenario in which your actions took place. This provides the assessor with an understanding of the circumstances surrounding your experience. Remember, it's essential to keep this part concise, as the primary focus should be on your actions and the results. Look at the 5 W's, who, what, where, when, why, and incorporate the relevant ones into your story. Following the situation, we have T for task. Explain your specific role and responsibilities in this situation. By doing this, you highlight what you were entrusted with in your previous roles and also lets the assessor understand what expectations were made of you within the situation at hand. Up next, we have the most important section, and that is A for action, or activity if you prefer. Describe the steps you took to achieve the desired outcome and explain the rationale behind your actions. This section and the results section should be the most detailed, as it illustrates exactly what you are capable of doing and achieving. And finally, we have R for the results. Conclude your response with the results of your actions, using figures or quantifiable outcomes whenever possible. This will demonstrate to the assessor the impact of your efforts and your ability to deliver tangible results in your role. This is also where you could share any lessons you learned from the experience, should you wish. Now let's see B-Star technique in action with a seeing the big picture 250-word statement example. I believe that a civil servant must maintain a holistic perspective, understanding how individual responsibilities contribute to the larger objectives of the organisation. This belief has consistently informed my work, ensuring my actions support civil service priorities. In my role as a project coordinator, I was tasked with overseeing a park development. While the immediate goal was to create a recreational space, I recognised the project's potential to advance environmental sustainability, community health, and social cohesion, aligning with the national agenda for healthier cities. My role involved engaging with stakeholders to integrate our project into the city's green infrastructure plan, collaborating with health organisations to design spaces that encourage physical activity, and working with community leaders to ensure the park served as a social hub. I spearheaded a series of community consultations to align our objectives with the public's needs and the government's strategic goals. I also partnered with local environmental groups to incorporate eco-friendly designs and materials. thereby reinforcing the government's commitment to sustainable development. The park's completion marked a success, not only in terms of project delivery, but also in contributing to wider social and environmental outcomes. It resulted in a 20% increase in local biodiversity, a 10% improvement in community health indices due to increased physical activity, and enhanced social unity, as evidenced by a surge in community events. These outcomes epitomise my dedication to seeing the big picture, demonstrating how a localised project can resonate with national priorities and yield benefits that extend beyond its physical boundaries. There we have it, a statement that ticks all of the required boxes. And you know what the best thing about that statement is? It is 250 words exactly, not a single word to spare. Well, I hope this video has been helpful for you, and I hope your civil service application is a success. Definitely check out the show notes for additional civil service guidance, and until next time, take care.